What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video, and we have to go over Dogecoin here again today. So what we're looking at here with Dogecoin is this new news that is now saying Dogecoin smart contracts are coming. So they are saying that Dogecoin is about to have smart contracts. So this is actually really big for Dogecoin. So it says smart contracts are a huge part of blockchain. Now, if you want to be a serious play as a standalone chain, you better offer some sort of smart contract feature. With that said, let's take a look into the smart contracts with Dogecoin. Dogecoin smart contracts, and what you need to know: smart contracts are contracts between parties that are handled and executed by a computerized protocol. People use smart contracts for a number of reasons. Smart contracts can perform transactions, act as a key for cryptographic data, serve as a framework for developing decentralized apps, and all this other stuff. So this is actually really big that Dogecoin is about to start offering smart contracts. That's just another use for Dogecoin. There's so many different uses for Dogecoin here. Even when we go over here and we look at this article right here, we see that people are buying classic cars with Dogecoin. You can now buy classic cars with Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and pretty much all cryptos. So you can literally go to these auctions and you can buy these classic cars with Dogecoin. So that's another really good use for Dogecoin right here. And I guess this is the little fundamental analysis before we get to the little technicals. But we always have to look at our fundamentals for everything. We have so many different fundamentals with Dogecoin. Dogecoin is outperforming so many different cryptocurrencies, and Cardano is doing pretty good too. But yeah, Dogecoin is one of the top cryptos right now. So without further ado, we have to go over our technicals now with this. So looking at our long-term trend line here with Dogecoin, we have been in this long-term trend line for a while here, and this is where we are going with the long-term trend line. So that is our long-term trend line with Doge. Mind you, we could also go into a short-term uptrend here with Doge, but remember, we're going back to our long-term trend line just so then we can continue to rise over time. But something else that also could happen with Doge, we could also just go straight to the moon from here. Doge could actually just shoot straight up from here. Honestly, this could be another uptrend that we're going on with Doge. So anything happen with Doge right now. So this is a temporary uptrend that we could see in Doge, and this is an uptrend that we could see if we see like a lot of tweeting from Elon Musk and people like that. That's if Doge just breaks out for some random reason and we get some random tweet. But most likely we won't get a random tweet like that because it usually doesn't happen like that. So we'll probably just come down here and then we'll come back up to this trend line. So this trend line is usually a short-term trend line that we'll come up to after we've done a lot of growth inside our long term, and then come back to our long term, just so then we can go right back up into there. So that's kind of what we're doing here with Doge. We're like in and out of this, long-term and short-term trend line. So that is what we're doing here on the technical side with Doge. And we've seen what we have on the fundamental side. We have so many different things lining up for Doge. Hertz and Dogecoin test investor common sense. Like, let's look at what this is saying about Dogecoin. Hertz and Dogecoin test investor common sense. Before Dogecoin, there was GameStop. Before GameStop, Hertz, the original meme stock, whose bankruptcy last May, and resulting in zombie price surge. So yeah, they're pretty much saying a meme stock, that they're saying that whenever these meme stocks are pumped, they always get dumped, which is usually right, which is why I will always say you want to sell at the top of anything like this. But see, Doge is progressively getting pumped, and then after it gets dumped, it goes back down to its long-term trend line, and then it gets pumped again, and then it gets dumped, and then it goes back down to its long-term trend line. And that's actually what we're seeing here with Doge. Like every single time we have a pump in Doge, we always come right back down to that long-term trend line, and we have that normal growth that we usually have with Dogecoin. So Dogecoin has just been going up, up, and up. So all in all, we are still, trending here with Doge. We're still going to go up and continue to raise here in value, even if we continue to pump really high for random moments and dump. That's also why I showed it back here. Like, yeah, we're coming back to our long-term trend line, but we're going to pump right back up and something's going to happen, which is going to bring us in this area. And these areas right here are usually where we have the unnatural growth, where we just have, media that just pushes us into these areas and kind of forces Doge to go all the way up. And then usually those people who forced it to go all the way up will always take their money out and it'll go all the way back down. So yeah, it is something that you want to be careful with. That's why I always say do not put more than what you're willing to lose inside of anything like this. And I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. So invest with caution always, because as we do know, we have someone that has 28.34% of Doge. So yeah, there's definitely risk with anything you invest in, but I definitely think that Dogecoin is like one of the least risky things that you can do. Like, even though this wallet right here has all these coins, like, we do believe this is Robinhood. They claim it's not them, but we do believe the top one is Robinhood. And if it's not the top one that's Robinhood, it could be one of these other ones that are Robinhood. But even at that, like, this wallet has not sold since the 12th of last month, and even when they did sell, it wasn't too much Doge. And they kind of just kept on acquiring more and more. And it's kind of what you see with all the whales. When they end up selling, they usually end up buying right back in, and then dollar cost averaging, trying to get in at a better price. These whales, they do it all over again. They do all of this. They sell a lot of Doge and then they buy it right back. So that's why I'm not worried about that, and we're worried about the current prices, not worried about any of that. And as you can see, we still have 62.6 billion in market cap. That's still a lot of market cap, but our 24-hour trading volume isn't as big as it was before. It's only at 5.7 billion now, and we were all the way at like 24 billion, like when we're around Saturday Night Live, that timing. And yeah, it was going crazy, and that's the kind of flow that we need in order to have these huge jumps. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And remember, do not put more than what you're willing to lose into something like this. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little update on Dogecoin, because as we can see here, it is consolidating. It's starting to trade sideways here. So we don't know what will happen, but we do know in the long term we will continue to rise here. So Doge is now at a point of consolidation here. So at this point with Doge, either it can go up or down with the slightest movement of more, buying or selling patterns here. So what we do see now is that we are starting to consolidate here with the Doge. So Doge is going to either jump or drop at the end of this consolidation here. So honestly, let's look at what we're having more here, whether it's buying or selling. So we have to look at the candlestick view to see what we are getting. So as we can see there, we are starting to, level out all the way up here. Look at this. We're getting lower. Let's go over here and actually switch from the candlesticks and see what we are getting here. Okay, so yeah, this is a better view from here with Doge. So yeah, you can see that this consolidation is starting to happen, and we're really starting to close in here, and we're really starting to see where we're going to be at the end of this consolidation to see if we're going to break out, or if we aren't. We're kind of doing some ascending on here right here. So yeah, we are ascending here, just creating these triangles here, going up and down and trading sideways with Doge. So we have broken out up here previously, and then down here, it kind of tried to, now it's kind of trickling down there. And yeah, this is a really big moment right now in Doge, because we've been trading sideways for a while, and now that we're trading side, every time we do this, like you can see, every time we do this and trade sideways, we always break out at the end. As you can see way back here, we broke out once we did that. And even way back in Doge, I don't want to go back that far right now, but yeah, we can see that that's what happens whenever Doge consolidates like this. So honestly, I do believe Doge is going to continue to do what it does. Like, and what Doge does, like, it jumps huge when it has media attention, drops huge when it doesn't have media attention. So that's what I mean by Doge will do what it does. But all in all, looking at the technicals here, it's pretty good. Like right now, looking at it from this perspective, we're still doing like good numbers here in Doge. And honestly, we could break out here. We always have these these higher lows right here. We're just making these higher lows, and then we keep coming down here and having these lower highs. So it may signal that we might end up dipping after this consolidation, but we could end up shooting up if we just have some random media coverage, something about Doge, because this happens all the time. We see it every single time. There's always a tweet that comes in just right in time for it to just explode and grow. So this is just my little analysis on this. And yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.